Colorado.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Gretchen Plesha. I have Ross Leonhardt here as well, and we have a great show in store for you today. Hopefully you had fun watching the Super Bowl last night. We're going to talk about some of those commercials this morning, as well as SOS Outreach is coming on in, Seth. And we're going to talk to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brad J., X Games and Olympic announcer. So grab that cup of coffee, sit back, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. Your coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. This is your host, Ross Leonhardt. We're taking a live look at the I-70 corridor through Vail right now. Looking pretty clear on the roadways there, and a little cloudy to start the day this fun Monday morning following the big game last night. Starting the day today, we'll be at about 18 degrees at 8 a.m. Things will heat up to a high of 36 degrees today. Cloudy early and becoming mostly sunny later today, so we'll see what happens out there. Again, starting at 18 degrees at 8 a.m., mostly cloudy before noon. Temperatures hit the 30s, and at 4 p.m. it'll be 32 degrees before dropping down to 23 degrees at 8 p.m. Mostly clear skies tonight, which is great to see. Lots of great stars out there last night I was looking at. Eagle into the I-70 corridor. Eagle's looking at a high of 38 degrees today. Mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Avon a high of 37, Vail a high of 36, and Denver a high of 50. Partly cloudy skies out there throughout the I-70 corridor today. Tonight, a low of 12 degrees, partly cloudy skies with a sunset at 5:38 p.m. Some slight winds coming in from the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Into the weekly weather. Tomorrow, Tuesday, a mostly sunny day with a high of 38 and a low of 13. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of snow and a 36-degree high and a low of 18. Thursday, afternoon snow showers expected, high of 40 degrees and a low of 23. And Friday, a 60% chance of snow expected with a high of 36 and a low of 13 before partly cloudy skies roll in next weekend. Looking at the snow report, no new snow to report up at Beaver Creek, but 2 inches in the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 168 inches and the base up to 57 inches. Beaver Creek's operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with 25 lifts and 163 trails. That's 73% of terrain. Over at Vail Mountain, no new snow to report, but 1 inch over the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 188 inches and that base depth of 57 inches. Vail operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now with 31 lifts open, including Blue Sky Basin in those back bowls, with 277 trails and 99% terrain open at Vail. Gretchen, quite a outlook for the weather here.
I like it. And you know what? You've started a trend. We need to start T-shirts that say all about that bass.
All about that bass, no treble.
I say it all the time. I love
it.
That's
It's a real thing, right? Because as we're out on that mountain, if we don't have a bass, it's kind of scary out there.
It's not worth it.
So it's kind of a fun thing, but also a serious thing.
So Ross, I've missed being on the couch with you.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see you. And I am going to throw you right under the bus right now. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
This man was on one of the commercials in the Super Bowl.
Pretty wild.
Let's talk about. I want to hear about this. It's
so
pretty
just
awesome.
kind of luckily know someone who knows a producer out in LA, and they were looking for a very specific shot for the Microsoft commercial.
It was a great commercial too.
Because of yours truly. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
It was literally 1 second of the Microsoft commercial. It was in the fourth quarter, so it was a close game. So it was really exciting. I think everyone was watching. My phone started to blow up.
And it was a shark backpack that stole the show.
Everyone loved that backpack, but it was shot in Minturn, so it's pretty cool to see. Like, we got Minturn into a Super Bowl commercial there.
I love that. So now let's talk about all things. I mean, all of us are abuzz about the Super Bowl. You watched it. What did you think about the commercial? The football was, it was great, whatever. No, it was a great game. Yeah. It was amazing. But the commercials and the halftime show, I just want to know what you thought.
I love them. I kind of come in with low expectations
okay.
so that I don't kind of get overwhelmed by them.
Right.
But I thought they were great. A lot of celebrities in there, a lot of new
Yeah.
products.
Agreed.
I'm a big kind of soda Coke guy,
Okay.
and that poppy kind of the one the kids are going to be drinking or something. So that one
the
stood out to me.
Same.
Yeah.
That's funny because at first it was like, it's a little weird, but it was funny. But I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah, it's funny the ones that stick out to you.
So today, this is very apropos because we're going to be talking to two great snowboarders that have really helped develop the community. So I'm very excited. SOS Outreach, Seth is coming in, as well as Brad J, who is huge, amazing human being, and really helped with the whole community of snowboarding.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be a great Monday morning.
I'm very excited. Sit back, have some fun because Good Morning Vail is going to continue. So stay right here.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now it's Monday, so we're going to dive right in. We have some adventures in coaching. Let's take a look.
So we are in the start of a new year, and you know what that means. New year, new you, new resolutions, and lots going on. But as we are continuing to progress throughout the year, you're probably going, okay, what's happening here? So joining me on the couch today, and you've seen her many, many times, is the career and business success coach, Kim Smith. Kim, how are you?
I'm great. So glad to be here again, and Happy New Year, even though it's the end of January, but this topic is going to be very timely.
It's so true. I figure, we're sitting here on the couch, and Happy New Year. I'm still in the new year for at least the next 3 months.
Of course.
Well, love having another Kim on the couch with me today. So let's talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions, right? We're at the end of January, but people tend to set aggressive and very lofty and optimistic goals, and then, as they keep progressing forward, talk to me about why people set New Year's and resolutions.
Well, we have so much optimism at the beginning of the year. It's sort of a time to reset and reframe and think about maybe the things that didn't go well last year. So we just sort of sometimes arbitrarily throw things out there and say like, all right, I'm going to just, I'm going to work on this or work on that. So it's very normal to do that. But what often happens is that, by the end of January, 90% of resolutions basically fail. People aren't working on them anymore, and really here to talk about like why that happens.
It's so true. And, I think for me personally, I had a couple of goals that I set in January, and now I'm going, time's slipping away. Okay. So why do goals and people fail at reaching and staying on track with their resolutions?
Right. Well, and that is the crux, and the big question is, why? And a lot of times it's just because maybe they're arbitrary, but often we aren't necessarily tying that goal to our purpose and our why and what's important to us, and really asking like, why am I doing this? Is it because there's some outside pressure for me to do it, or is it something that really is something that I'm very attached to and that I need to do and want to do, not what I need to do? So that's like one of the big ones. One of the next ones is just basically not having a plan in place, like figuring out like how to get from point A to Z, and all the steps in between. So it's really easy to get stuck on that, like it's a huge goal, how do I get started? And that's very, very common. And another one is just not really holding yourself accountable and having maybe an accountability partner. And then a big final one is, and it's not final, but one of the big ones is, what are our fears around success and our limiting beliefs? Is there something that might be holding us back from trying or even trying to move forward with a new goal?
All of those things. Well, outside pressure.
Yeah.
Too big of a goal. How do you get there? What do you do? Holding yourself accountable. Those are all very, very important things. So let's talk a little bit about creating a timeline. How do you do that? How do you even begin to think about it? And what's the structure?
Right. Well, a timeline is really, it could be driven by an outside force, like perhaps you need to get a new job because you're being pushed out somewhere, you're seeing the writing on the wall, you're ready to do something. Or it could be that, within a certain time frame, you'd like to make a change and transition in your career or in your life, whatever that is. But I think it's really important to put something on a calendar and then work back from there and then have those baby steps. Because if you don't start mapping out some of those baby steps, you're not going to ever reach that end goal. So, making sure that you put something in the calendar for maybe it's every day or maybe it's every week, but you check in and you're really kind of measuring where you are each time.
That's so true. A specific example, and I've talked about this previously, I used to dance for a professional team, and I wrote the audition date all over a calendar, all over my bathroom mirror. So I love that, setting a goal and then working your way backwards.
Right.
It's really important.
What were your steps in between? Just curiosity. Out of curiosity.
Without getting into too much detail, there was some physical aspects of it. So certain goals from that perspective, I wanted to be at this place with my physicality. I wanted to have this part of my dance, and then hitting those monthly timelines and kind of just holding myself to the fire and saying, what's more important, the right now moment or the long term? And it took some discipline and accountability for sure.
Discipline is a really good term too. It's like, what am I going to do to hold myself to doing this? And sometimes it's that fear of that end goal. Like you've got this deadline, you've got that, that tryout or whatever it was, and you had to have that done for then. And then I think that's important to make sure that you have something that you're working towards and there's a reason behind it.
So let's talk about the goals and working towards them. How do you figure out what is a realistic goal for yourself personally?
Yeah, and realistic is that question, and it's sometimes hard. So what I like to tell people is to be sure that you know what you can manage, what is realistic. So if a goal is too easy, you're probably not going to do it. But if it's way too hard and you're asking yourself to do way too many things and you're already busy schedule, you might be like, oh, I'm just going to blow it off, and so therefore I'm forget it in like 2 weeks, right? So come up with something that's realistic and be kind yourself. Give yourself permission to make changes as you need to, but still hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so you mentioned the changes and figuring out what those realistic goals are. So you set a goal, you're starting to work towards it, you're making some changes here and there, and you're going, well, wait a minute, I don't know if this is what I want anymore. So how do you tweak, the goals or the resolutions or whatever you're setting to basically like accelerate your personal goals?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's been so many times when I've been working with people and they're like, well, wait, I've done all this work and suddenly I see it differently and I want to go a different direction. And so, it's about taking stock in where you are and why are you changing it? Is it because you really want to, or is it because you're now in fear and you maybe don't want to achieve that goal anymore because something, your limiting belief is getting in the way? So it's a matter of, kind of deciding where you are with that.
Yeah, I think I love taking that and simplifying things. So, how do you simplify, like look at it from an easier perspective and saying, okay, I have all of these goals. This is what I want to do. Let's break it down. So like you mentioned, going from A to Z, how do you go from A to B, B to C, et cetera? And how do you simplify that?
And I think it's really about figuring out what are those steps and what are those realistic steps and what's it going to take. And sometimes it takes some research. You may have to reach out to people that have done it in the past, or if you're looking to change a career, what are those things that you need in order to move into that? Is it that you need to make sure you have enough, in your bank account so that you can hold on for a while? What is that going to look like? Do you need some additional training? Do you need to network? What does your resume look like, for example? Like all of these things, map those out and then work on them, every week and prioritize, right? Some things are going to take longer than others.
That's true. Well, Kim, I wish I had met you when I had all of those goals back in the day. So what is working with a career and business success coach? Like, what does that mean? How do I work with you? How do you find a coach that fits what you're looking for?
Yeah, well, I think, there's a lot of coaches out there and, it has to be a nice personality fit, I think, for both of you. But really, a coach is here to help you to determine, if you have a goal or something you're wanting to change. And, a lot of times I'm working with people through transitions and changes, and I'll identify, we'll say, what is your goal and how does that relate to your purpose and your why, like I said initially. And then, what is the plan? How are we going to put this together? So you're not having to figure it out in your head by yourself. I'm going to be asking the questions like, what is it going to take? Where do we need to go? I'll be giving some insight, to your process and what I think, you should do. But I'm also going to really help guide you and partner with you to reach those goals. And, a couple of the really big things that a coach does is hold you accountable, for meeting weekly or every other week or even once a month. I'm going to say, here's, let's determine what are the things that we're going to work on. And the next time we get together, hopefully you'll have those done. And if not, we'll say well, why? What happened? This isn't an opportunity to make you feel bad about something. It's just to say, well, what got in the way and how can we avoid that pitfall in the future? And then finally, really looking at limiting beliefs, because as much as we like to think we know what our limiting beliefs are, I go through a pretty in-depth process to figure out what those are, to see, what those small voices are in your head that are, maybe holding you back from success or holding you back from trying harder. What are those self-doubts? What are those things that might, get in the way? So
I love that. So it sounds like you help people break through their barriers, their personal barriers.
Exactly.
And then on the flip side, you're not coming down on them like a boss would in a job,
Right.
but more so in let's talk about it and let's work through it and set some more goals. I love what you do. That's so great.
Yeah.
So Kim, if we wanted to hire you, if I wanted to personally hire you, where do I go for more information and how do I keep up with what you're doing?
Well, I'm here local in the Vail Valley, and you can reach me at kim@adventuresandcoaching.com, or just go to my website, adventuresandcoaching.com, and reach out to me. I offer a free or complimentary first session if you're interested, just to find out a little bit more about how we would work together. So yeah, please reach out.
Just make sure it's a good personal fit
Yes.
and all of the fun things. Well, I love that. Kim, you were wonderful. It's great to be
you.
officially on the couch with you.
Thanks,
I've
Kim.
watched all of your previous sessions, so I love that I'm here. And again, we appreciate all that you're doing. And I hope that a lot of people reach out, because January is over, but that means the year is still in full swing.
Right, and we still have opportunities at any time to make changes.
It's absolutely true. Now, stay tuned. We've got a bit more, and we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Check your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who had worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center on this Monday morning. Temperatures starting out at 18 degrees around 8 a.m. with a high of 36 degrees later on in the day. Cloudy skies early, becoming mostly sunny later in the day. Some small winds coming in from the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Oop, going a little quick there. Into the hourly temperatures today. Mostly cloudy to start, partly cloudy around noon with a high of around 30 degrees in the mid-afternoon. Temperatures around 32 degrees at 4 p.m. before dropping down to 23 degrees at 8 p.m. Mostly clear skies tonight. Looking into the I-70 corridor, Eagle, a high of 38 degrees today. Partly cloudy skies down Valley and Eagle. Avon, a high of 37. Vail, a high of 36. Denver's looking at a high of 50. And across the high country here, we're looking at partly cloudy skies today. Tonight, a low of 12 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, sunset at 5:38 p.m. Winds coming in from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour tonight. So should be some good stargazing. Into the rest of the week, tomorrow, Tuesday, a mostly sunny day with a high of 38 degrees and a low of 13, before Wednesday brings in partly cloudy skies and a 20% chance of snow. Thursday, a 40% chance of afternoon snow showers, and Friday, a 60% chance of snow showers. So that percentage goes up into the week here before Saturday rolls around and we get back into partly cloudy skies. Up next, we're going to check in on colorful cooking and Tracy Miller, who has a fun salmon dish for you.
Time to talk about salmon, anti-inflammatory foods. They help your body stay healthy. They fight against disease. Of course, fatty fishes are a perfect anti-inflammatory food, and salmon is one of the healthiest things that you can eat. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in our pan. People get nervous about cooking fish, but I'm going to tell you something. It's super easy. The key is Buy a good piece of fish and don't overcook it. And season it. Remember, we're talking about zucchini fritters again. We're talking about how you have to season things nicely. Like, look at how much seasoning I'm going to put on this. I'm going to definitely cover it with a lot of salt and pepper. And I'm also going to get like all these little pieces right here. Like, don't forget about that. Whenever I'm grilling steak or something like that, I make sure I get all the edges. The skin is still on it. So what we're going to do right now is put this flesh side down in the pan. Wait. My pan needs to be a little hotter, so I'm just going to make sure my olive oil is all in there. I want to hear a sizzle when I put it in the pan. And look at that, though. That's a nice piece of fish. Now, what they say when you are looking for fish, when you're buying it, you want to find a piece of fish that doesn't smell like fish. So if you walk up and you're like, ew, that stinks, don't buy it. You also want to make sure it has a nice flesh. Like, see how that's really firm? That's what you want. Okay, we've got a little bit of a warmer pan here, so I'm going to put that fish right down like that, skin side up. We will flip it over. It will not take very long. I put a cold piece of fish in a warm pan, so I'm going to turn the pan up just a little tiny bit. We are going to make an orange avocado blueberry salsa to go on top of the salmon. So see how I'm just pulling that off? It could ripen up another day, but we're using it today. So this is how you do it. You cut around the pit, the seed in the middle, and then you cut like this. This is the perfect way to peel an avocado, and this is how you get most of the nutritional value. You peel it like a banana, right? How many times have you like tried to scoop it out with a spoon and it just hasn't worked out? This is how you do that. You peel this like a banana, and then we have a nice avocado. So, and look, I like the firmness of this. If I was making avocado toast, I would be disappointed that it was that firm, but since we're putting it in a salsa, I like it. Okay, so we're just cutting those up into nice little pieces, the kind of the same size as the blueberries. So I'm going to get those in my bowl for salsa. The fish is cooking up nicely. I can hear it kind of sizzling, which is what you want. I'm going to put a bunch of just whole blueberries. And like I said, blueberries are so good right now and so good for you. So we're going to put equal amounts of blueberries and avocado in there. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper, you know, because I love my salt and pepper. Got to have it on everything. I really like spice, so we are putting some jalapeno in there. We'll mince this up really small. Depending on how spicy you want it, take the seeds out if you don't want it that spicy. Keep the seeds in if you do want it spicy. A lot of people claim that if you roast your jalapeno first, then it's going to be even more spicy. And you know what? I kind of believe it because I really like to roast those. Okay, that's too much. We're going to do about 1 part. So 2 parts blueberries, 2 parts avocado, 1 part zucchini. And of course, we'll have the real recipe because nobody likes it when I tell them parts. And then we're going to add some orange. Orange and salmon go so nicely together. I'm going to put a little bit of the orange juice right in there because why waste that delicious juice? And then I'm going to segment this orange. So when you segment an orange, you just do like this, get everything out of there. This is a good orange. I'm kind of surprised though, because oranges are usually a winter time fruit, but this one is juicy and delicious and smells really good. Okay, and then we're going to segment it like that. So we're going to do that all the way around just to keep the membrane out. This is a delicate way to enjoy an orange. All right, moving on over here. Got to get the orange off my hands. If you're flipping your fish or your steak or anything that you're cooking in your pan or on your grill and it doesn't want to flip, it's like stuck a little, give it another minute. You want all those juices. Oh, this one's ready. See that? There we go. And it's starting to cook. I can see that it's still pretty firm. We're going to cook it skin side down now because that is going to make the skin cook and then it'll easily come off. All right, so we've got some orange in there and some jalapeno, some blueberries, starting to get a little messy over here, some blueberries and some avocado. Now I'm going to put a little mint in there. This is actually the only plant that I grow. All right, so we'll put a little mint in there. We've got a little bit of the juice from the orange in there. And now I'm going to add a little more salt and pepper. I know I added some before, but I'm adding a little more. And then I'm going to add a slight, just a tiny bit of rice wine vinegar, just to give it that acidic flavor, taking it off the heat, skin side down. Now that's a sockeye salmon. So there's different kinds of salmon. So you get king salmon, sockeye salmon, coho, and pink. Most of the time we get sockeye. Sockeye is a delicious fish as well, and it's red. It's from the Copper River in Alaska, and that river is like 300 miles long, and these fish have to swim upstream forever. So they're big, they're meaty, they're delicious, and they're really healthy for you, high in omega-3s and good food for anti-inflammatory eating. And then there's coho, and coho you can find as well, and that's kind of like sockeye. Coho is just a little bit below that, but it's still very delicious. Okay, there we go. We have our salmon. See, this is how I do it. I like just kind of touch it. See how it's firm like that? That means it's nice and done. Sockeye salmon with anti-inflammatory salsa on it. Go out there, cook, eat healthy, and enjoy yourself. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I've learned so many things, tips and tricks about coaching from these segments. Let's take a look at more adventures in coaching.
Hi there, my name is Kim Smith and I'm with Adventures in Coaching, and I am here today with Mark Eaton, who is a financial advisor from Edward Jones on Market Street in Eagle, and we're going to talk a little bit about his professional journey from where he is today to like how he started out and all of the challenges along the way. So welcome, Mark. It's so great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Kim.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
Well, I'm a financial advisor for Edward Jones. My office is on Market Street in Eagle.
Yeah.
And I've been with Edward Jones about 3 years, but I had an extensive career in finance before that.
Right. And I was so excited when we started talking about your career because it really highlights a lot of the different changes that people go through in their career and some challenges and all of that. So tell me a little bit about how you started out.
Well, I was young. It was a long time ago. I was 16 years old. I just graduated high school in England, and I applied for a job as a messenger in a mailroom for a financial company in the city of London, the financial district of London, I worked my way up from the bottom. Really, I first of all got the opportunity, so I was quite excited about that. But what I did is I just did what I was told. I was smart enough to take my exams. I got my first exam at 18, UK equivalent of Series 7, and worked my way up the company into futures and options trading by the time I was 18. And then I moved on, moved from open outcry pit trading, which is where I started. Most people wouldn't have ever heard of that now because everything's done electronically. And then my career evolved from open outcry pit trading to electronic trading, from a trading desk up in an office. And then I got the opportunity to move to America and Chicago with the company I was with at the time. I built a trading desk and had a long career at a futures brokerage, institutional futures brokerage company in Chicago.
Yeah, so you've really had a lot of steps that kind of took you through from the very beginning, where you started at 16, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, you told me about how like you really knew and you felt like this was your purpose when you started at 16, like you're like, this is a career opportunity. So talk to me a little bit about that. And then also the big change you had to make from going on or being on the trading floor to the electronic world of
Sure.
Trading, and what that looked like for you.
I always took the opportunity when I was given a chance to progress in my career and take more responsibility. I never turned that down. If I wanted to move up, I just grabbed the responsibility, and that included trading. It included moving. When I saw things going electronic, I jumped from the trading floor to the office when the first opportunity came up. I've always grabbed opportunity, seen the future. The future that doesn't happen that quickly, so you get to see things changing in the economy, and through. So I took advantage of seeing what was going to happen. Really.
Yeah, and it sounds like you really put yourself out there and grabbed onto those opportunities, and probably learned what you needed to learn to grow, which is so much about like how important it is when we're trying to grow in our careers to really like say, hey, yes, pick me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this extra work and go that extra mile. And it sounds like you really did that.
Indeed, I was always dedicated at that part of my life to my industry. Sometimes my family took a bit of a back seat because I was always trying to move up in the company and do well and take on more responsibility. Right. But also when I wanted to make that move, when an opportunity came up to move to America, I was in a position with my young family at the time to be able to do that and not be too scared about making that big jump. When fortunately I was supported by the company I was with to make that move, so that helped as well.
Right. So that must have been very exciting and a big challenge. And you told me that you thought maybe it was going to be a 2 or 3 year opportunity at the most.
Indeed.
And tell me a little bit about what happened there.
Yeah, that was the initial plan, that I'd be going back home after 3 years, and I thought that gave me a bit of a comfort zone, I guess. But then after I got there, my wife and I just loved living in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. We thought it was a great place to bring up our 2 young daughters, and we asked for the opportunity to stay. My business was going really well. I was working nights at the time, talking to my European-based clientele in the European hours. So the company I was with said, absolutely, you're doing great business. We'll support you to continue this. And they got me a green card. So the rest is history after that, really.
Yeah, that's really the American dream, right? You know, be able to come and grow your career. And you know, in your case, you were able to stay. And, you know, that's just amazing. So talk to me a little bit about what happened sort of towards the end of Chicago and then how you ended up in Colorado.
Yeah, so I was working for another company at the time, and I was running a trading desk of 20 plus employees, and the company that I was working for asked me to start laying off those employees. That wasn't any fun for me.
Right, that's hard.
I don't think it's fun for anyone, to be honest. But it became, we got to a stage where I couldn't see the business running well, and it's clear that they wanted the business to be in New York. So again, I saw the future coming, so I made plans to make a change. I started building my home here in Colorado, and we knew that things would change. So I made the plan, and when there wasn't any other opportunity to stay in Chicago, I took the opportunity to take severance and move with my family to Colorado, and my children were just graduating high school or college at the time, so that was an also fortunate time.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting and also challenging. You know, what were some of the things that you put in place to make sure that you were going to be able to sort of land on your feet when you came to Colorado?
Well, I've always found and planned for the future. So in terms of making sure that financially I haven't got any strings attached to make those changes, and that includes making sure I don't have a lot of debt to pay. So if you make those changes, you've really only got major bills like your next mortgage to move into, and so you don't have debt around your neck. You make sure that you've got a solid plan for if anything does go wrong, for if you need to make a change. So that just gives you the support and makes you not too worried that you can make these changes by preparing for it. I call it the 5 Ps.
Oh, that's great.
So proper planning prevents poor performance.
Okay, that's a good one to remember. I'm going to write that down. And I always talk to people about when they're looking to change their career, you know, among other things, run the numbers, you know, make sure you have a runway, make sure you've got the right amount of savings to support you. You know, maybe you have to go and get a part-time job for a while to, you know, while you're getting established in a new career. Now, I know this isn't a new career for you, but it was definitely a pivot in terms of what you're doing within the financial industry, and you had to really, you know, start out on your own, so to speak, here in Colorado. So, yeah, it's very exciting to hear that. And how are you doing today? And you know what?
Well, where I was at, I was dealing with institutions and trading futures and options and putting on hedges for large companies. And what I'm doing now, I'm helping my clients, my friends, my community to make intelligent and quite emotional changes to their personal finances.
Right.
So making sure my clients stay the course, know what we've seen in the past will hopefully guide us in the to the future good investments. And it's so difficult nowadays, especially with the volatility in the markets, for people to stay the course and trust what we've seen in these times of change in history.
Yeah, and it certainly has been changing. And how fulfilling has this been for you?
I really enjoy it. Where I was in a dog-eat-dog world where everyone, my colleagues would try and take my clients if I was away on vacation for too long, now I get the support from my family, my colleagues, even in different Edward Jones branches. We are such a strong community that I know that I can trust everyone. So that's really important to me. Yeah. It's totally different from my last career in institutional finance.
Yeah, that must be really wonderful to have that here and be building that sense of community. So if somebody really wanted to get a hold of you to find out more about how to work with you, how would they do that, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely. So my door's always open at Edward Jones. So we're 56 Market Street. And they can just call me on 970-328-0639 or email me at mark.eaton@edwardjones.com.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your story and your journey. It's very inspiring. With that, if you're interested in learning about how coaching might help you on your journey, please reach out to me at kim@adventuresincoaching.com or just go to my website, adventuresincoaching.com. And again, thanks, Mark, and have a great day.
Hi, it's Max at TVA Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tva8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. For 30 years, SOS Outreach has been helping get kids from all over the country up on our mountains to learn to ski and snowboard and kind of build that self-confidence that they need. And joining us on the couch this morning is Seth Ehrlich, the Executive Director of SOS Outreach. Thanks for joining us, Seth.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Excited to be here this morning.
30 years, that's amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yes, so we just celebrated our 30th birthday, founded in 1993, December of 1993. And it's been a wild ride as now we've been able to scale this program, scale the impact, and also scale the curriculum so we can really use the power of the outdoors to create change.
Amazing, amazing. And let's go back 30 years. So you guys kind of took a van down to Denver, kind of just shouted out, who wants to go snowboarding, right? And then you got about 15 kids in that van, brought them up to Beaver Creek, and that's where it all started. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was actually right up in Beaver Creek. There was a group of snowboarders who actually got together and they said, what could we do that's positive about the sport to really engage in it? And we initially were competitions. And so we used the funds from those competitions to donate to local nonprofit organizations. 2 years in, said, there's a larger opportunity here. Like being on the mountain is just so amazing. And so yes, 2 years in, went down to Denver and brought up 15 kids for our first year. We did a couple of trips, so 40 kids total in that first year for a one-day learn to snowboard experience. And from those roots, we've grown from one-day program to 5-day program to now working with kids 4th through 12th grade, skiing and snowboarding as the backbone of it. But the real impact of SOS is engaging with the sport and being on the mountain to build strong relationships between adults and kids. So mentoring relationships, and then engaging off-hill activities of service to the community, leadership and life skill development, so that amazing kids have the ability to reach their full potential.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I always see they're always out there in their groups. They
Yeah.
have, they got the SOS gear on, and they just look like they're having a blast out on the
Yeah.
mountain every time. But SOS provides the gear, right?
Yep.
Provides some transportation. So how do people kind of get involved, or how could a kid get involved if they wanted to?
Yeah, so everything for the organization and for participating, we are partnering with the mountains. So Vail Resorts is our founding partner with lift tickets, rental equipment, and instruction. So really everything that the kids need, and then when they get into later years of the program, the kids actually own their equipment.
Awesome.
So they have it and they can go up through SOS, but then also when they're not in an SOS program, they're able to get on the hill. But then all of the soft goods, jackets, pants, goggles, gloves, hats, we're working with manufacturers in the outdoor industry to provide that. And we are then creating this community. It's as you mentioned. I mean, that's where the excitement comes in. You know, they get to share an activity, but that activity and that connection translates off the hill. So they thrive more in school. They're more connected. They have people to go to, adults. I mean, we have teachers who are learning how to ski and ride with their kids, and then they're doing service together, and then they're working on their communication skills together. In terms of getting involved, one of the big secret sauce of SOS, it's not a secret anymore, we're talking about it here. So we partner with 125 youth agencies and schools across the country, and we are recruiting through them. So SOS, 3,100 kids, 15 communities, but we're not working with kids individually to recruit them. We're working with teachers in their schools who are helping us to identify those kids who are facing challenges in their lives, where a positive community, and particularly where social skill development can really support them in reaching their full potential. And so it's in those partnerships with teachers at schools or youth agency counselors at after-school programs, Boys and Girls Clubs, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, that we're identifying those kids.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So even more, it's going to keep growing, is that right?
It just keeps growing. I mean, our big focus is all about growing the impact. We started a few years ago now a career program. So in the summer months, because our traditional programming is September to May, so we follow the school year, registration, matching with their mentor first service projects in the fall season, then on snow, workshops after school, and then we go into our celebrations and graduations in April and May. But a few years ago, we started a career program. So now high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors are able to connect to career opportunities to follow this passion in the outdoors, but also develop the skills that they're not picking up at school or at home.
Right, right. And yeah, I think it's awesome that obviously in the winter, they're out there skiing and snowboarding, having a great time. One of the beautiful things about our sport is it's kind of you versus you, right? So they learn that kind of battling the self, right? And getting that confidence, which is amazing. And they're doing it with a supportive adult, which is just like a perfect atmosphere to learn, right? So that's cool. And then I love to see, what are some of that summer activities you guys do outside of winter?
Yeah, well, and before the summer, I mean, that's exactly it. That opportunity for kids to do something that they either didn't know existed or didn't think was for them. I mean, we have kids in our community here in the Vail Valley whose families are the backbone of the mountain experiences. I mean, they're the ones who are really working in the industry, and yet they either through real or perceived boundaries feel like it's not for them. And so for them to know, like, no, I can do this and I belong in this community, it's opened up so many opportunities for them.
Love that.
In terms of the summer, our big focus is on the career connections that we're having. And so connecting kids to career and opportunity. And then we partner with a lot of organizations. So we do climbing and rock climbing and backpacking and hiking and camping with a lot of organizations who specialize in that space. And so our whole summer focus, which is just like the entire organization, is how to connect kids to opportunities and caring adults.
Love that, love that. And as a nonprofit, you know, you guys are open to donations if anyone wants to financially support you guys. But there's also volunteer opportunities, right? And some of those kids that were in the SOS are now kind of leading programs, right? Can you talk a little bit about how people can get involved if they want to help, and then kind of that process of your kind of instructors and mentors out there?
Yeah, unique thing about SOS Outreach is that it's not only financial contributions, but also donations of gear. If you have gently used gear, clothing, helps us get more kids out on the mountain. And then also donations of time. We provide an opportunity for you to give back through something you're passionate about. I mean, we have mentors in their 70s who are connecting with kids in their teens, and they're able to do it because of the shared activity. And that is unreal, that shared passion. I mean, like, everybody wants to be on the mountain. And so it's a really cool way for you to give back through something that is core to being in the mountains and that you're a part of and that you believe so strongly.
Yeah, and what is it? It's a couple weekends a year? What's kind of the
It just depends on
It's up to
program.
you.
We have way intro programs that are 1 day, and we go all the way up to a full 9-month mentor commitment. So with those kids, and so you can scale with our kids. So you could be doing service and leadership, life skill development. We have all of the curriculum. We have program team members. Your whole responsibility is the connection with kids.
Yeah, and even though it kind of started in our valley, this is all over the country. Where like
15 locations. So Detroit to Seattle is as far east and as far west as we go. But yeah, 15 locations, 3,100 kids, and 24 mountain resort partners. And well, I'm just focused every day on increasing that those connections, those opportunities, so that these amazing kids have more.
Awesome. I love it. It's just cool to see the next generation coming through it and kind of helping them get through. Seth, anything I should have asked you? Anything else people should know about SOS Outreach celebrating 30 years this year?
I mean, it's a wild thing what happens when you follow what your passion is, and that's what we have shown. And then when you really rally together as a community, it's, 30 years ago, we had no idea that we would have a full curriculum taking kids from 4th through 12th grade and supporting them with high school graduation. And now to have 50 kids involved with us, whether working or mentoring, who have graduated from the program. I mean, like, it's just all about keep pushing the envelope. And those kids asked what's next, and we stepped up and said, all right, let's answer it.
That's amazing. Where can people go for more information, or if they do want to volunteer or help out, where can they go?
sosoutreach.org, or email us at sos@sosoutreach.org. We will get you plugged into the right person in the right community for the right opportunity for you.
Yeah, and some great social media channels you guys have too. If you want to see some kids having fun on the mountain, that's pretty much what it is every day out there. So, Seth, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for everything you're doing for the sport of snowboarding for youth across the country. It's awesome to see. If you see those SOS kids out there, give them a big smile and root them on. And thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, thank you.
And check out SOS Outreach for more information, and stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to the second hour of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. We have Ross Leonhardt with us as well. What an awesome show we've had thus far, and even more to come. We're going to talk all things goggles on the couch, Ross and I, and then I have an interview with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brad J., announcer for the X Games and the Dew Tour. Pretty cool stuff. So sit back, get that cup of coffee, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the TVA Weather Center on this Monday morning. 18 degrees to start the day right now at 8 a.m. We'll see a high of 36 degrees today. Cloudy early skies becoming mostly sunny this Monday morning. Some slight winds coming in from the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Again, 8 a.m., 18 degrees to start the day, mostly cloudy. Noon, we'll see 30 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and 4 p.m. we're up to 32 degrees, mostly sunny, before mostly clear skies tonight at 8 p.m. and 23 degrees at 8 p.m. Some good stargazing going on right now. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagles looking at a high of 38 degrees today, partly cloudy skies. Avon, high of 37, partly cloudy, and Vail, 36 degrees. Denver will see a 50-degree day, and we have partly cloudy skies throughout the Rocky Mountain region today. Tonight, a low of 12 degrees, partly cloudy skies with sunset at 5:38 p.m. Again, stargazing is kind of prime right now. Tuesday, tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with a high of 38 degrees before clouds start rolling in on Wednesday and a slight chance of snow. Thursday, 40% chance of afternoon snow with a high of 40 degrees. And Friday, a 60% chance of snow showers with a high of 36 degrees. So enjoy a little bit of sun, because later in the week it looks like we got our next snowstorm rolling in. Beaver Creek, no new snow in the last 24 hours, but 2 inches in the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 168 inches and a base depth of 57 inches. Beaver Creek operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with 25 lifts open, 163 trails, and that's about 73% of Beaver Creek open. Vail Mountain, no new snow in the last day, but 1 inch in the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 188 inches and a base depth of 57 inches. And you know we're all about that base, yes. No treble here, right? Got to have a nice base to get out there on. Vail Mountain operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now with 31 lifts open, including those beautiful back bowls and Blue Sky Basin, 277 trails, and 99% of terrain open at Vail Mountain right now. So we'll see what the week holds, Gretchen.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get out there. You know, I just flew back in from seeing my mom and dad in Florida.
Right.
Love the beach, but my bikini, traded in the bikini for a beanie. I'm ready.
A little different.
I missed it.
I
Yes,
love that.
I missed it so much. So, and I'm stoked too because with goggles, we're going to dive right in.
Let's do it.
Eyepieces of Vail, one of my the favorite, I should say. I'll be honest, I'm all about the stees a little bit, and now they've gotten me learning that the functionality is very important.
Very important.
However, it's funny because you picked these for me kind of on a whim.
Yeah.
Smith is my brand.
Good.
It always has been, always will be, but it's interesting to see why people choose different goggles. What is your brand? Do you have a brand?
Yeah, I'm a Team Oakley guy. I love
Okay.
their Prism goggles.
Right on, okay.
I kind of have an insider knowledge on Oakley, and
Okay.
they use some serious science in what they put in their goggles. So it's
I'm
pretty cool
interested.
to
I want to
see.
hear about that.
No, they like work with the military. They
Oh,
work
wow.
with space engineers and all sorts of stuff to get the right lens.
They
and-
take their stuff seriously.
Yeah, very seriously. But Oakleys look good, and I like to look good, feel good, and snowboard
Right.
good.
Well, and I have to say the new thing, I know I'm going to date myself and sound a little old, but it's truth. Like this, it just flew.
Speak of the devil.
Monday morning. It's so easy to get the goggle lens out and back in. That was not the case growing up. Do you remember?
I didn't trust them, so I never used them. But
Oh
now
my
the technology's great where
so
they stay
easy.
snug. Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay, so what do you have, Ross? First,
Oh,
we'll
well,
with
of
you.
course, we grabbed one Smith and we grabbed one Oakley. And of course, Oakley's got this beautiful
wow.
prism lens that is great for kind of those sunny days. And also, I like to say when it's really snowy and low light, like you just can't see no matter what you're wearing.
Totally, 100%
So
agree.
you kind of want to just do your best out there. But I love these kind of wide angle Oakley goggles. I like to say head on a swivel out there on the mountain,
Truth.
looking around for other people and obstacles, right?
Right.
And so these are great. Hardly ever deal with any kind of fog issues. So
That's a huge one for me, and it's interesting because I did say the steez factor, but the fog, that is a big deal. And now with the lenses, you can see, which is so brilliant too, you can really, your peripheral vision is,
that's it.
it's brilliant.
That's it.
Yeah, I know, we could talk goggles all day.
Yeah, eyepieces, celebrating 40 years in the Valley. Like
40
how cool
years,
is that?
and they have so many locations, it's insane. And
So many locations. The Beaver Creek one's pretty new and looks awesome. So be sure to check out Eyepieces for all your goggles and eyewear.
It's truth, yeah, your eyewear too. And something we should add, something we love about eyepieces is you walk in and not only will they tell you what is going to be good for function, they really do listen to your fashion needs
Oh, yeah.
too. So it's a win-win on both sides. Yeah. We love eyepieces. Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, am Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Every summer, Bravo Vail brings in 4 of the world's most acclaimed orchestras right here to Vail. And we're going to check in with Julio, who caught up with Bravo Vail to talk about some classical music.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. You want
Okay, in English this time.
English.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. You want
Okay, in English this time.
English. Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we love the segments with the Covered Bridge magazine. We love working with them. And Max Rowe actually did he's a painter, and he did the Covered Bridge magazine artwork for the cover. So let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships over at Covered Bridge Magazine. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Max Rowe. Max Rowe is actually a local artist that you're going to learn all about today, and he did the most recent cover of Covered Bridge Magazine. Welcome, Max.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Kim. It's great to meet you guys.
So great to have you. So I will, it's not a spoiler or anything because the magazine is out and people can grab it, but here we are with the newest edition of Covered Bridge. So this art piece is absolutely phenomenal. It's called Red Shred, and how fun to put a piece of art on our cover. It's the first time we've done that with Covered Bridge. So Max, tell us a little bit about this piece and also the experience of getting this on the cover and just the article, interview, and all of that. How'd that go for you?
It's been awesome partnering with you guys. This piece in particular, I love that we ended up going with this. I think it really pops, and this actually, funnily enough, this piece kind of started off a whole new run of work that I did that was really kind of loose with the snow. And the snowboarder on the front, Taylor Godber, she's a huge inspiration. I mean, her riding is amazing, and the photographer, Guy Fatal. So I loved just getting the inspiration from those guys, and in talking a lot about this article and this issue is about abundance. And for me, like with skiing and snowboarding, first and foremost, like abundance is all about POW. So I love to paint pictures of powder, and so this was really good, emblematic of that. And then, and also, yeah, just I love to receive the inspiration. We live in this really awesome age where we have so much access to really cool inspiration from all over the world, and I feel really grateful to get to take inspiration from other people and turn it into something special and new, and then go out and inspire more people with that. More people to ski, more people to care about skiing, more people to care about art, and everything in the magazine. So there's a lot of other really cool stuff in here too.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, the article really does get into how you get your mindset around painting. And, we mentioned a little bit in there about the flow state. Can you speak to that? I mean, I think of snowboarding, number one, as like my most flow state, right? And I would imagine you're in a similar mindset when the brush strokes are just coming together, right?
Yeah, it's one thing that I love about like painting skiers and snowboarders is that, like you said, when you're out skiing and snowboarding, you can really get in that flow state. And so painting that subject matter also helps me get into that flow state when I'm painting. And I really feel like that's when I do my best work, is when I kind of get into the flow. Because a lot of my work is like really splattery and really action oriented. So kind of getting in the zone with it is really important for me, because you have to really feel it. The flow state is kind of an elusive thing, and not everybody knows how to describe it, but if you've experienced it, you know exactly what that is. So I really love to try to recreate that feeling and give that feeling, give that inspiration to my audience.
No, I really enjoy that, and you kind of nailed it with the flow state. Like once you've experienced it, you know what it is, right? But you can't always get there on a drop of a dime.
Yeah.
And it does take sometimes that process of focusing on maybe your snowboarding to get into your mental mindset for painting. You brought up something unique about getting inspiration from others. I looked at this cover, and I don't have many photos of me shredding POW in the backcountry, but if I did, I would be like, wow, I'd love that on my wall. Is that something the audience could take advantage of if they have a really,
Absolutely, yeah. If you have a sick photo of you sending it, hit me up, send it to me. I'm always looking for new inspiration, and
cool.
I love to meet the people that I get to paint. That's a real treasure, honestly, to get to share that with other people. But yeah.
Max, what is your art background, and how has that evolved?
Sure. I've been painting for a really long time. It's something I grew up doing. at home. I went to the University of Colorado and studied studio art there. And so I've always it's always been like a constant in my life. It's something that I really love because I know I'll be able to always do it. So it's like a lifelong practice, which I love about that. Yeah. What was the question?
Well,
sorry, you can cut that part.
So something, a quote that we have from you in this article, Max Rowe, Finding Flow Through Art and Skiing by Caitlin Emig. That's the fun thing about art, is what you said. As I continue to grow and learn more about the world and myself, my art changes as well. It's something that always keeps me invested in doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So how has it evolved for you?
So I've always just really been gravitated to paint subjects of things that I'm interested in. So for a long time, I painted just figures. I was really into figure drawing and figure painting, and that kind of evolved into, I did a lot of yoga paintings for a while, which is really cool. Bobby, I know, is a yoga teacher. So, and then I've kind of moved away from yoga and gotten more into action sports. And I've grown up skiing. I'm really lucky and blessed that way I have a lifelong ski practice as well. So it's something that as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm not skiing 100 days a year anymore, but I did do that for a long time. But this is kind of a new way for me to be part of the ski culture and the ski environment. And it's fun to get to give back to the community and the ski culture in a new way. So I'm really excited about that. And then, just continuing forward, how my subject matter will continue to evolve and change. Like I said, I'm always interested in painting what I like to do. So I just learned how to surf last week. I was in Costa Rica, which is so cool. Got to surf a bunch of waves down there, and so now I'm really excited to paint some surfers. And it's very similar to snowboarding, but kind of want to inject some more tropical vibes, some new color schemes, that type of thing. So.
Yeah, I love that. I could see surfing definitely fitting your style of work.
Yeah.
The spray and everything that you do as far as the detail goes. That being said, too, yes, someone can commission a piece from you, but they can also go to a few galleries, if I'm not mistaken, and find your work and purchase something right off the wall there, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So right now I'm showing work at the Royal Street Fine Art Gallery. It's in Aspen. So I recommend anybody that's interested in seeing it in person, and it is awesome to see in person, go there, check it out. All of my original paintings are also UV reactive, which means they glow under a black light.
Wow.
So it's really hard to photograph, and it is also a thing that I love for it to be like this really cool first impression. You see it, you don't see that on paper, but then you get to see it in person and have this like deep reaction. It's really cool to see people get so excited. This is like 2 paintings in one. So I definitely wish everybody that has an interest to go check them out in person there. And you can also see everything on my website. It's maxflowart.com, as well as my Instagram, which is @maxflowart.
So great. Now I have this idea that we need to do a pop-up with you.
Oh yeah,
right?
I would love to.
We could bring people together and have a bunch of your paintings there and
Let's
have the
have a
magazines
party.
there. Okay, sounds good. Stay tuned for details on the party with Max Rowe and Covered Bridge. But yeah, this is just such an honor to have on the cover of Covered Bridge, our 5th issue, the Abundance issue. Thanks for tapping into that theme in so many ways. And it truly is an honor to meet you, Max. And you're very talented, and it's great to have you in the Valley.
Well, thanks so much. I'm super honored to get to participate, and thank you guys very much.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. Be sure to pick up the newest issue with Max's art on the cover, the Abundance issue, and thanks for tuning in.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TVA Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look at the weather outside today. I'm liking this. 8 a.m., 18 degrees, a high of 36 degrees. Cloudy early and becoming mostly sunny, which we love. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So gorgeous day out there. 8 a.m., 18 degrees, noon 30 degrees, 4 p.m. 32 degrees, and then 8 p.m. 23 degrees and mostly clear. Now, Ross was talking about those stars last night. I took a look as well. They're beautiful. So do some star gazing tonight. Eagle 38 degrees, Avon 37, Vail 36, Denver, I always say it, but it's truth, a whopping 50 degrees. Feeling like spring temperatures already. Tonight, a low of 12 degrees, partly cloudy, sunset at 5:38 p.m. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So gorgeous night. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. Tuesday, 38, mostly sunny, a low of 13 degrees. Wednesday, some of that cloud coverage coming in, partly cloudy, 36 degrees, a low of 18. Now, Thursday, Friday, we're going to see some snow, which we love here in Vail. Thursday, 40 degrees and a low of 23. Afternoon snow. Friday, a 60% chance of snow. Snow showers, 36 degrees, a low of 13. And then Saturday, 40 degrees and a low, or 40 degrees, yes, and a low of 18. So beautiful week ahead. Beaver Creek snow report, 0 inches in the last 24, 2 inches in the last 2 days, 168 for the season total, and 57 inches for the base depth. Now, Beaver Creek lift hours, 8:30 to 4 p.m. Let's take a look at that snow report. 25 lifts are open, 163 trails, so that makes up for 73% of the train being open, which is pretty good. Let's take a look at the Vail Mountain. 0 inches in the last 24. 1 inch in the last 2 days, 48 hours, 188 inches for the season total, and then 57 inches for the base depth. Now, Vail Mountain, the lift hours are 8:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m., so a little bit different than Beaver Creek. and 31 lifts are open, 277 trails open. That always is mind-boggling to me. So awesome. And 99% still. We're 1% away from 100% of the terrain open at Vail Mountain. So pretty cool stuff. I cannot wait to get on out there and ski my little heart out. I am ready. We are going to take it to Avija that looked at Spa Angeli. It's beautiful for Valentine's Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bravo Vail Music Festival announced its 37th festival season this week, featuring over 80 concerts across our Vail Valley, which are happening this summer from June 20th through to August 1st. And today I am very fortunate to have with me here in the studio Shari Mason, who is a member of the Sinfónica de Minería, an orchestra from Mexico City, who is not only performing this summer at the Vail Bravo Music Festival, but they are also the first ever Latin American orchestra to be presented at the festival. Shari, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really happy to be here.
How are you feeling? How's Vail treating you? I know you guys had a few days, but how's everything been?
Vail is beautiful. I mean, just to arrive to this place
Yes.
and see the nature, it makes you smile. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we're doing really nice music making
Yes.
in
Love
this
that.
beautiful town. We just played last night with Anne-Marie McDermott in the season announcement of the Bravo Vail Festival. We played a beautiful concert, Schumann Quintet, piano quintet. There are four musicians from the from Sinfónica de Minería.
Yes.
And we're doing a residency here in this winter. First, the concert that we just played.
Right.
And we're doing some outreach with
our local schools,
with
yes.
local schools. And we're working mainly with, I understand, a big Latin community.
Population community, yes.
And one thing that it was really heavy for me when I heard it, it felt like a big responsibility.
Uh-huh.
Eileen, the coordinator of all the educational activities,
Sure.
she told us, like, for many of the fellows that you're going to play for, it's the first time they're going to hear professional musicians that speak their own language.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yep.
And a big responsibility and a big honor as well. So Vail is treating us really well.
I love to hear that.
That
We
will
love
be-
to have you guys here in the studio. And I love to hear, coming from this community myself, being a part of our schools, it makes me really proud to have, musicians like you that are coming from Latin America, from Mexico, and are now connecting with our communities. I just know that it's so special for our kids to resemble and to identify with musicians like you, that like you said, that speak their language. So that makes me very excited, and I know the kids are all going to be very excited. So we're happy to have you here this winter, but we're even more happy to have you back this summer. You guys are going to have your residency at the Bravo Vail Music Festival, June 20, 22nd, and 23rd. You guys are going to be performing.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what we can expect this summer. What are you guys going to be performing?
So much fun.
Yes, I love that.
We have 3 beautiful concerts. We start with a Beethoven program with the wonderful Anne-Marie as our soloist. She's playing the Beethoven Third Concerto, piano concerto. And then we're playing Beethoven the Third Symphony, the Eroica, which is a big monument in the classical music repertoire. Our second concert, we're playing more Spanish music. We have El Amor Brujo from Falla, Manuel de Falla. We also have a wonderful guitar player, Pablo Sáenz Villegas, and he's playing one of the most beloved guitar concertos, Concierto de Aranjuez.
Yes.
That the second movement, I'm sure you have heard it and you know it. Even if you don't know, you know it and you have heard it. And I mean, it's such an emotional piece, and Pablo it's a wonderful artist.
Yeah.
So that's our second program.
Okay.
And our third program, it's a Fiesta Latina.
I love that.
It's a wonderful, full of energy and magic and fun and dancing. We're playing with a wonderful trumpet player from Venezuela. His name is Pacho Flores.
Yes.
Pacho, we were talking in another interview. When you're in a party, and you always have a friend that will invite everybody to come to the party, and that will just spice things up.
Make everyone feel
comfortable,
welcome
and and you start having fun, even if you didn't want to go to that party.
Yes.
That's Pacho.
I love that.
From the moment he walks on stage, he's wonderful. His energy, he's just inviting you to enjoy and participate and just be happy and share all that beautiful music and that experience.
Yes.
So it's an experience. It's really an experience that you cannot miss.
I love that. And what a way to make your debut here in Vail. For your first time playing at the festival, being the first Latin American orchestra.
That's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal,
Yes.
and your program, it's amazing. There's variety, and I love what you guys are bringing this summer to the music series. Now, I wanted to ask you as well, Shadi, what makes you most excited about this summer? You've kind of gotten a little taste of Vail during the winter. You're coming back this summer. We were speaking a little bit earlier. It's such an exchange of energies. It's a magical experience that happens at your show. So tell me, what makes you most excited?
I cannot choose one single thing. The whole thing makes me incredibly excited. It's the first orchestra from Latin America that comes to this festival that we know is one of the greatest festivals in the world, because you have amazing artists every year. The orchestras that you have in residency, they're amazing orchestras. The soloists, I mean, in our orchestra, we all follow these people like our goddesses, you know, like.
Yeah. And now you get to play in the festival.
We are playing in that scenario.
Yes.
We are playing in this amazing festival with the stage.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nature.
Yeah, it's quite a unique amphitheater.
Yes, and I'm sure it creates a wonderful and unique experience that we're not used to it.
Yeah.
So it's just sharing the music and the nature. The whole human experience it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We're bringing our culture, our energy, ourselves, our heart.
I love that.
Because that's the main thing.
That's what you guys
I'm
do,
pretty
yeah?
sure. Yeah, we bring our heart.
I love that. Now, we were speaking earlier, there's around 80 musicians or so that are coming back this summer.
At least 80, I think so, yes.
Tell me a little bit of the history of the Sinfónica de Minería, and kind of a little bit of background for those who might not be familiar with you guys.
Well, the Sinfónica de Minería, it's mainly a festival orchestra.
Okay.
Our main season is during the summers.
Yes.
So we have 9 weeks of really intense work, 9 programs. It's always difficult, and it's usually more difficult than the last season.
Yeah.
What makes this orchestra special is that we bring the best musicians from Mexico and from other parts of the world together in summer. So it's the orchestra that plays when no other orchestra plays in the city.
Yeah.
So we have the audience, we have all the offers, we are the offer in the summer. And it's an orchestra that it works with, sponsors, and the ones that created this orchestra are the engineers of the Universidad Nacional de Mexico.
Yes.
And engineers from Mexico. So it's a quite peculiar scenario, because you don't hear an orchestra that it's founded by engineers.
Yeah.
But that's why the name of Minería.
Okay.
It comes from the mines. Yeah.
Interesting. I love that.
But so that's a bit of the history of the orchestra. Our 45th anniversary.
45th anniversary, wow.
Yeah, we celebrated last season.
And you've been playing for a lot of those years. How long have you been with the orchestra?
More than half of my life.
Wow.
I've been there 22 years.
Wow. Yeah, you started playing very young, and you've been involved with the orchestra for quite a
I
long time.
started
That's very
playing in
special.
the orchestra when I was still in school. You know, I wasn't even in college. I was just about to start college, and it was easy for me because I could study. I could go to college and come back during summer and play with this amazing orchestra.
I love that. Well, Shadi, thank you so much for coming with us and sharing a little bit about what you guys are doing this winter here in Vail, doing outreach within our schools. And then we're so excited to have you guys back this summer for the Vail Bravo Music Festival. June 20, 22nd, and 23rd is when you all will be performing at the Vail Gerald Ford Amphitheater.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale now. You guys can visit bravovail.org and purchase your tickets. We can't wait to be there this summer.
We can't wait to be here in the summer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shadi. Everyone back at home, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of the show. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now I'm all smiles today because I'm going to do it. The man, the myth, the legend, Brad J. You might know him, X Games announcer extraordinaire, I should say, Olympic announcer, amongst many other. He wears a lot of hats. How are you doing, my friend Brad J? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for that. That's a very nice introduction. I mean, you and I have talked about it all the time. Just enjoying what you do is the key to life, and that's what we kind of found. What you've done and what I've done. It's awesome to be part of it.
Well, and I love this so much because, Brad, you are amazing at what you do, and the joy just flows through you, truthfully. And I have to share a little story because not only are you an amazing human being and really living out this dream job that so many people would be so grateful to have, you are such an inspiration and so kind and humble. And I really just, so many of us have gained a lot of courage and strength through you. I'm going to take you back. I don't know if you remember, but there was one moment where you and I were on the half pipe during the X Games years ago, and I looked at you. I was modeling, and I think it was maybe Dew Tour. I'm not sure, but I looked at you and I'm like, yeah, I was like, how did you get where you are? I know it's, really far reach for a lot of people. And I was like, I want to do this. And you looked me dead in the eyes and you're like, oh, you'll get there. You want to do it, Gretchen? You get after it, you put in the work and you'll get there. And that I took with me forever. And now, it's so neat. 10 years later, I get to interview the athletes that I was. And a lot of that, I'm getting emotional, is because of you, truly, just having you look at me and be like, you can do it. You can do it too, So thank you, really.
Well, I mean, thank you so much for bringing that up, because that's really what the key is on that is like I said to you in the beginning, like put your work in and, have that goal in mind. And that's what I had. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to be this announcer and just keep taking the jobs and try to get the experience. And I remember telling you, sometimes you got to volunteer to get noticed. And volunteering, I mean, I volunteered high school baseball as an announcer and a DJ all at the same time, just because I was trying to break in and trying to figure something out, what I want to do. And that led to even DJing professional baseball. I worked for the Los Angeles Dodgers for, about six years as their DJ, because I was volunteering for high school baseball,
cool.
So that kind of stuff, it really works. And if you're dedicated to your craft and you want to work as hard as you can towards it, I've watched your career grow and everything that you've established from one job to another job. And it just, it makes you feel pretty good that you might have had something to do with that, to motivate someone into the right direction.
You really do. And thank you so much. And thanks for reminding me of that too, because I remember early days, everyone thought I was making so much money. And I'm like, no, man, I'm doing this for free from the genuine love of it. And they thought I was crazy. So thank you. See, you just have to follow your dreams, know your truth, and create your reality. Now, Brad, you have so much that you're doing. Walk us through a day in the life of Brad J. Tell us what you just did, where you're going, all the good stuff.
Well, just finished up a couple of big events. We were obviously in Aspen X Games. We'll talk about that in a second. Was there, and then I went to do a World Cup snowboarding and free skiing event out of Mammoth, back-to-back weekends, and then flew home. And on the daily basis at home, I get up and I record and produce a radio show for Santa Barbara, California. It's a classic rock show. It's on ktyd.com. I do 7 to midnight. Cool. And I do this, and I've been doing this for 20 years. So I broadcast this show from wherever I'm at. So if I'm in a hotel in Aspen and I'm doing X Games, I'm doing my radio show for Santa Barbara.
Wow.
And it's also on the web too as well. So that's normal. Recently, I've just been signing contracts with establishing Paris 2024. I'm going to go out there and work for the Olympics. TV commentator there, and I'm not sure the sports, hopefully surf, skateboard, BMX,
right on,
some canoe slalom. So excited about that. And that's basically it. I mean, when you're ready to go and you get on the work path, you're there and you're working. But when I'm at home, I still have to do stuff, and I still have to do my radio shows and my daily stuff.
That's so cool. Now, for everyone watching, obviously you literally wear all the hats, and you're doing the coolest, raddest job, I dare say, on the planet. I mean, what would you tell people? Because I know we were just speaking about living your truth and truly going after it no matter what it looks like. What is the biggest piece of advice you would have for others with just following their dreams and really how you got to create your own reality?
That's an easy one, because I always say to people to this day, like youth or someone's trying to break into the business and they're trying to get into something, they want to be an announcer. I've always said that you have to look at what you do in your life and what gives you joy. Is it sports? Is it snowboarding? Is it skiing? Are you into music?
Right.
I mean, whatever that case may be, then you look into those fields for possible work opportunities that would fulfill that. Like, I was into music, always been kind of into that. Always wanted to be a DJ. I used to listen to a lot of radio DJs back when I was a kid, and that was something I wanted to do. And so I looked for that field and found my way into radio and being a morning show disc jockey, and did that. But that was just a beginning path. Then that led to the announcing of X Games and what have you. But I had the idea that I wanted to be in music because I loved music. And so I still to this day do that show after 20 some odd years.
Wow.
As I travel around doing all the other stuff too as well.
Right.
So find common ground in the things that you want to do and the things that you love, and see if you can make work out of it. Because, here's the final on that. When I go to work and announce, let's say, an event, right? I'm going to an event. I'm going to go announce X Games. It's a super pipe competition. When I get there and then that mic gets turned on and I'm on for the whole competition.
Yeah.
My mind just goes into competition mode because I love competition so much.
Right on.
That I literally get into the comp. It's not even like I'm working. I'm just like, It's go time. It's B. Brad J. Announce, and the score coming in. Sean White, a perfect 100, or whatever the case may be. And you get caught up in it, and then when you're done work, you're like, wow, I actually get paid to do that, and I enjoy the heck out of it so much.
Yes.
So find something that you love and try to find avenues in that to do the things that you love and to continue to do that and enjoy it. Because remember, it's like, for me, it's like not even working when I'm at work.
Right.
Yeah, you travel and you deal with lost bags and planes and,
Oh, yes.
and this and that, but it's not working when you enjoy the heck out of it.
What is that old saying that when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life? It's truth. It truly is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And if I'm tired and I'm just burnt and it's been so many days in a row, I still just be honored and feel fortunate that you get to do what you get to do on a daily basis. And that kind of perks me up and go, okay, yeah, you got this. This is what you're here to do.
Brad,
sometimes it helps put a good song on your head.
Yeah,
That helps too.
I love that. I'm just thinking, because you are someone that now so many young and older people look up to, because you have created and carved this beautiful life for yourself. Who was the person that maybe you looked up to getting started?
Gosh, it's kind of a funny one, but
yeah,
the one guy that, I'd have to look at, as far as professional announcers, not really doing what I do,
right,
but doing mainstream sports. One of the biggest influences always been in my life was the guy that I would watch is Vin Scully, the guy he's passed away. He was the Dodgers broadcaster for years. And the reason I like Vin is because he could tell a story and explain what was happening on the field at the same time, still continuing with the story.
Cool.
So he'd go into a story and still call, that's strike one to the batter, and still go back into the story. That's strike two to the batter, and still tell the story. And that, what I always love about doing professional announcing now is like kind of telling the story of what they've done in the past, their rankings or what competitions they've won while you're announcing the event. So he's always been one. Al Michaels is a guy who's always done football, baseball, basketball, Super Bowl, World Series. He's been around for a million years, and he's a guy as a kid I grew up to, and he was doing all sports. So to me, I was like, I always wanted to do more than one sport.
Right on, yeah.
And seeing guys like him do more than one and continue to do so. And the guy's probably like 70 something now, so I guess there's hope for me.
I love it. There is hope for you. Brad, I could talk to you all day. I was wondering, the very last question, what is one event that you have not done that you would be super amped to do or super stoked to do? Or have you covered them all? Bucket list.
No, I definitely have not. I'm a baseball fan.
Right
so being like announcing the World Series or something like that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Watching the Super Bowl yesterday, that would be amazing too. I've DJ'd NFL games.
Right.
I was an on-court announcer for the Clippers in the NBA, and I DJ'd in baseball, but I never got to be part of the World Series. And I always loved being the announcer.
Cool.
But in baseball, I was always the DJ until one time we were playing Colorado Rockies at Dodger Stadium, opening day. I'm DJing and the mic breaks on the field, and so the announcer couldn't do it. And they go, Brad, you got to get in the booth and announce the Colorado lineup.
No way. Oh, that's wild.
I jumped from, this is opening day at Dodger Stadium. So I jumped into the booth, I put the headset on, and, you know, like any announcer, you'd say, and now the starting lineup for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, I was so used to hearing I said your Colorado Rockies at Dodger Stadium on opening day.
Right on.
And it's like your heart kind of sinks. Like, but
dang it.
Yeah, baseball's the love. Football would be fun to be part of.
Cool.
I mean, I already do the Olympics. I've done 8 Olympics, so that one's already checked off the box.
Well, Brad, we adore you, and thank you for making this world a brighter place. Truly, you're an amazing human being. Where can people? I love you, kid. Where can people check you out? Where should they go to find out all things Brad J?
Social media, really easy. Just at Brad Jay and the letters MC. So
Awesome.
Brad Jay MC on pretty much everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and we feel honored that you came on our show today. Thank you, Brad.
All right, let's get X Games to stay in Colorado, by the way.
Yes, please. We'll talk about that later. I'll be messaging you.
Please do. When there's anything, when they make any decisions or stuff's been signed, love to talk to you about it.
All right, Brad. Thank you so much. And keep it right here. We have more of the show to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Snooki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TVA Weather Center. Happy Monday. Let's take a look outside. 8 a.m., 18 degrees, mostly cloudy. Noon, 30 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 32 and mostly sunny. And then 8 p.m., 23 and mostly clear. So gorgeous day ahead. Eagle, 38 degrees. Avon, 37. Vail, 36. And Denver, 50 degrees. Let's take a look at tonight. Low of 12 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunset at 5:38, so a gorgeous night ahead. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. Tuesday, 38. Wednesday, 36. Thursday, 40. Friday, 36. And Saturday, 40 degrees. So it's going to be a beautiful Monday to get on out there and enjoy this week ahead. We'll see you tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail.